you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is our take. We are your hosts. My name is Ocean.
I'm Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk to you guys today about Hogwarts Legacy. This is an Avalanche Studios produced game, published by Warner Brothers, obviously, and it's just came out last week, right? Was last week Friday?
Yeah,
right?
February 10th.
Yeah. And this is a Harry Potter world game, basically, and it's kind of taken the I don't want to say the world, but just taking the gaming world by storm a little bit now. So we're gonna give you guys our initial impressions on it. Okay, we both have played it. I don't know how far you are into the game. It is a single player story game. I don't know, is RPG the right word? Yeah. So I've played some of it. Taylor's played some of it. We're going to give you guys our initial impressions. We do plan on doing a little bit more of a deeper breakdown of the game later on once we've had more time to get through the story and the side missions and all that stuff. But for now, we're just going to kind of talk to you guys about the beginning portion of it and our thoughts about the game. All right. So, let's start off with just initial, like, should you play this game? Should you not? Then we'll give it an initial impression score, and then we'll dive into some stuff. So, as far as me goes, because like you guys we've talked about it a little bit in the past on the show, but I'm not really a Harry Potter person. Like, I don't mind them. I enjoy watching them. Like, I don't think it's bad or anything. It's just not me, you know? But there are people out there. I know it's a huge fandom, and there's diehard people out there. So if you're like me, where you're not really a huge Harry Potter fan, you do enjoy them, and you know a little bit, you know the basics because you've watched the base 7 movies. But if you're like me, I think you can still really enjoy this game. I actually found myself desiring to play it again after my first time. Like, after the game initially came out, tried it out, did some stuff. It was fun. And then a couple days later, I was like, I actually really want to play that game again, which is it's unusual for me. Like, if I don't like a game, I don't want to play it again, right? So, I actually enjoyed it enough that I wanted to play it again, and I actually want to play it more, and I want to get through more of the story. So, it's pretty good. I enjoy it. What about you, Taylor? How do you feel about it?
So as far as Harry Potter itself as a franchise and stuff, I'm kind of like in the middle.
Yeah.
Where like I enjoy it, but I'm not like a diehard fan.
There's a lot of people around you that are, though, right?
I do know a lot of people that are just like that's their favorite thing,
right?
Growing up, and like they still love it and they're like super into it.
Yeah.
That's not me, but I do know a lot of Harry Potter stuff, and I do think that if you are not super interested in it generally, as far as like the movies and stuff goes, I do agree with you. I think there's a lot that this game offers that even if you aren't super interested in it, you still might enjoy it, because there's a lot packed into this game. And just as a game in general, there's a lot of great things about it. I've been enjoying it a lot. I've obviously been playing it probably more than you. I'm not super far in though.
Yeah. Well, something I was reading is it's about 40 game hours to finish the game, or finish the main story.
Yeah, the main story.
Like 70 game hours to finish everything, like all the side quests and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know how accurate the range is on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that sounds about right. I guess if you're just like really like hammering at it and you're just trying to like finish everything, that might be right. I imagine for most people it's going to be longer than that, which is a good thing to say about a game.
That means that there's a lot.
Right.
A lot of
so this is, from what I can tell, it's kind of on the level of like God of War, Elden Ring, all Ghost of Tsushima, all those like heavy hitter single player focused games and that. And I think this is like, for the time being, stands up with all of them in its own right.
The best thing that I like about the game is that there's enough familiarity, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
Sure. There's enough of that that I know this is Harry Potter, that I know this is the world of Harry Potter, but it's fresh enough and dissimilar enough that I feel like I'm experiencing new things for the first time.
Right.
And I really enjoy that about it. So, um, and as far as the game itself, like functionality wise, it's great. Like it functions well. Everything feels good. Yeah, I don't have any issues with the functionality of the
Right.
game. So, all right, let's dive into some scores real quick as far as initial impressions go. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, these are not our final scores for the game. So, as we progress through the game and finish it, these scores could definitely change. So, Taylor, what is your score for initial impressions of Hogwarts Legacy?
Initial impression, 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Wow, you really like this game. That's impressive. All right. Okay. For me, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And it probably would be higher if I was more into the game. Like I feel like if you are a really big Harry Potter fan, you probably just absolutely love this game. Like
Yeah,
you probably,
no, yeah,
it's
you're
probably
absolutely
like the
correct.
greatest thing
Yeah.
that has ever come out.
This really is though. Like
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, if you are a diehard Harry Potter fan, this is literally your dream come true in this game.
Yeah.
As far as games goes, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Other than going to like
Universal or whatever.
and visiting the places and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it an 8, mostly just because I'm just not that big of a Harry Potter fan, so it doesn't have as big of an impact on me. But I could 100% see if you are a diehard Harry Potter fan, you probably will love this game. Love it. So those are our scores, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dive into what we'll call spoilers because technically it is spoilers, but we're just going to talk about what we experienced in the beginning of the game and some of the mechanics. So if you guys haven't played the game and you want to experience everything for the first time, which I personally think you should, because I do think that the beginning of this game is actually really, really good and should be experienced firsthand, go get the game. Pay for it. It's worth it. I do think it's worth paying the $70 to buy the game, play it, enjoy it. It's great. Okay. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this is your official
spoiler alert.
All right. So, one thing that I do want to say about the game as far as like functionality goes before we get into it, I don't know that it's bad. I think it might just be a personal preference. And there may even be a setting that I can do to kind of adjust it. And you might be able to help me out with that. But I feel like when I'm moving around, there's like an input lag of my right stick controlling the camera view. Yeah, so like when I move my stick, it takes like a split second for it to appear to actually like move the camera on my screen. So then I end up overcorrecting back and forth.
Yeah,
it's like into that.
I know what you're talking about. It's common in third person games.
Yeah.
You can adjust the settings to kind of alleviate that.
Yeah, you'll have to show me that after.
Yeah, some games like you don't have a choice, but in this one, I'm fairly confident I saw a setting in there for this exact thing.
Okay. Good, because that was just like my biggest, because I really love everything else about it. I'm not usually much of a third person gamer type, you know that, but like I'm usually not, but I don't mind it in this game. I actually think it's probably better.
Yeah, I think it kind of benefits just because of the
type of game that it is.
Just what it revolves around.
Yeah, so I like it, and I like the immersion level that there is. I like it all, man. Yeah. I wish that I had like read the books when I was younger, or maybe just been able to watch the movies more and stuff. Because I feel like it would just be like it would be like if Lord of the Rings came out with a game like this for Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine if? Did you imagine if
there's some really good games?
It's not the same as this though. I mean, like a open world, like full on RPG kind of game for.
Yeah, there's two pretty big games that came out.
I don't feel like it's the same. Whatever. I didn't.
Definitely is.
Well, whatever. I just wish that I might have been able to be a little more attached, because it would have been
I just want to put, like, I'm not talking about the movie games.
Oh,
there are two games that literally do this and were awesome for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I'm trying to think of their names.
It's Shadow of Mordor. And,
I never played Shadow of Mordor. I never got to play that game.
The second one, or for whatever. But those games do this exact same thing. I think this game does it a little bit better, but it is very similar, and it has its own unique aspects that are amazing in those games that this world just doesn't call for.
Yeah, I guess I feel this way because I just haven't played that game.
Yeah, but I think you would actually enjoy those games.
Yeah, I need to play those games. I didn't even know about them, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, you can download them off my account.
Sick. Shout out to PlayStation for letting us share games.
Don't let them hear that though.
Sorry, that's my chance.
You're just talking about how.
Well, I just the immersion level, right?
Yeah.
Everything is tailored around you, and you kind of create your own experience, and it can actually start before you actually play the game. So before the game came out, you could actually log into, is it wizardingworld.com, right? Is the website, and you can actually go through your sorting party already and find out your house, and then you can get your wand and your Patronus set already. You can actually customize your character, I believe, prior to, if I remember correctly.
It's like an avatar kind of thing.
But there you can already get that stuff, and then when you boot up the game and you start it, you can sync your profiles, and it'll immerse those things that you already got into the game. Now, if you don't do that, don't worry. When you play the game, you're gonna go through
like those typical, like what you know from the movies experience of a new student, like learning your house and going through questions and stuff, and that, because that was actually something that you brought up while we were playing, was you were like, oh, I only answered one question and I knew exactly where I was supposed to go, but it's because I had you make your account, link it together, that way you already knew what you were supposed to be in. But you can change this. It does give you the option to just free reign, do whatever you want with your house, your wand, and all that kind of stuff.
Patronus, everything. Yeah. So I like that there's a level of connection between the different platforms.
Right. Like it's an added detail.
Yeah.
On top of that, if you link it, you do get bonus items and stuff.
That's the big benefit.
It's always great.
Yeah. Big benefit. And there are other games that kind of do this, where like you can sync your profiles between other platforms or just other profiles and stuff, and you can get stuff. But what I really like about this game is, as you're going through the beginning of this game and like you're finding out all your stuff, and then like I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, but basically it feels seamless, regardless of what house you are, regardless of what kind of wand you get, whether you're what core, length, wood, like it breaks it down, like it gets that deep. It's not just like you get there's not just one category that you get to choose between wands. Like you can change a whole bunch of different things. But regardless of all of that, all of the dialogue and all of the cinematic footage and stuff is seamless to me. Like, and there's other games
like it's not just oh, you get this item. Like it's in the game, like it's literally tailored in the game to adjust to your character.
Right. And I think that's incredible, because there are other games out there that doesn't do that, where there's a set like cinematic scene, and then there's like there's like a hard cut, or there's like a break, and it kind of inserts whatever you chose, and then it goes back to the predetermined cut scene or cinematic scene, right? But in this game, it's fluid. Like it feels great to me. It's like, oh wow, like this game feels real. Like I'm choosing these things in real time, and the game is like adapting to whatever I'm choosing. So
I'm really glad you picked up on that. And the thing that's cool about that is that's kind of just part of the Harry Potter like experience, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody, that's why, you know, the fandom, like they all love it, because the whole universe is tailored around like you are your own person.
Yes.
You have all these things that make you who you are and your decisions and stuff. And that's packed into this game. So like Ocean and I share a house. We're both Gryffindors here, which is the best. But our wands and stuff are obviously wildly different, different Patronuses.
So why don't you, what is your Patronus?
Mine's is a Dunmare.
What is it?
It's a horse. It's a very specific horse.
Dunmare. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a bird. I can't remember the name of it.
It was like a.
Oh man, I took a picture.
It was a small.
I remember because I told you guys I'm gonna get a pigeon.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't think that's an option. And then I got a small bird that looks like a pigeon. It's called a kingfisher.
Oh, there you go,
Kingfisher. But it literally looks
it's like a small beak, right?
Yeah.
Long.
Well, it's got like a long, kind of looks like a bigger hummingbird.
Yeah,
like
yeah. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny that I
and then there's all the details about of what it means and all that kind of stuff.
What is your wand?
My wand.
What are your wand stats, bro?
Hold on, let me pull it up.
I can tell you guys what my wand stats are. I got a dragon. Is it heartstring?
Yeah.
Dragon heartstring core. It's a supple like what is that called? Like wood? It's flimsy.
Oh, the
supple. It's called supple. It's 13 inches long, and it's frick. I don't remember what the name of the wood is, but it's like a rare wood, and it's like white oak colored.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what the wood is called, but that's how in depth it is. Like
right.
There's all these different, and in each of those categories, like supple, length, wood, your core. Obviously, there's only 3 cores, but like all those things have different customization options, and then on top of that, there's cosmetic. There's cosmetic
on top of that.
You can change your wand handle and stuff. Like there's a lot of immersion and it's like I said, it's fluid. Like it feels fluid throughout it. So what is your wand, Ted?
So mine is a aspen wood with a dragon core as well. 12.5 inches with reasonably supple flexibility.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's pretty cool, man. I
just want to say, like my we'll say like character build. I'm basically the Count Dooku of Hogwarts. Is what I'm supposed to be.
That's funny. When we started this game, you start out by customizing your character, where just like a lot of other RPGs, and it's another thing that I wanted to bring up because this is something that I personally kind of nitpick or as a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
When you do character customization in some games, there's only a few different faces you can choose from, a few different hairstyles, a few different things, right?
Literally.
Yeah. So, and then sometimes there's like 100 that you can choose from. This game, to me, is the perfect balance of those two. There's like maybe 15 or 20 or so options in each category, roughly. And that to me is the perfect middle ground of there being enough options to choose from that my character looks completely different from your character and completely different from majority of people's characters. But it's not so much that I'm spending like an hour just building my character.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't mind the
some
super
people
in-depth
don't
stuff,
but
I understand it gets like overwhelming, and you're absolutely right. Because like let's say like I don't know, like Elden Ring.
Yes,
I could literally sit for 4 hours. My entire first day was just creating my character,
right?
Because you can literally tweak like every single aspect, like jawline, like where these like different like body shapes and stuff of everything.
Right.
This game is just, it has a bunch of things. Pick the one that fits you the best or whatever you want to choose.
Yeah.
Hairstyles, colors, scars, glasses, all that kind of stuff. It's simple enough, but gives you enough options to make
it feel unique.
Yeah. Unique enough, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that aspect of it. But you start out with that, ladies and gentlemen. I actually created my character with my wife, and we created it in her kind of likeness. So as always, I have a female character, which I don't know if you guys know this, but pretty much every game that I get to choose my character, I have a female character.
If given the option.
Yeah. So, so you start with that, and then your journey starts with somebody called Professor Fig, and you are it's hard to explain because you are a 5th year wizarding student, but it's your first year at Hogwarts.
Right.
Because you got accepted late, basically. Like you're the age of 5th year people or 5th year kids at Hogwarts, but you didn't go to Hogwarts for the first 4 years. You went to normal school.
Yeah.
And then you got accepted into your 5th year, which is highly, highly unusual.
Right.
Right. So it kind of kind of foreshadows that you're special, you're important.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're
Which
on your
I think that's great.
yeah,
Like
I
that,
love it.
because honestly, it's such a cool, like, obviously you understand like the game aspect of why that is,
Yeah.
but it actually fits into the narrative like very well.
Yes.
Because then it's like, all right, I'm not Harry,
Right.
right? I'm not going through the whole thing. It's just a perfect way to explain, like, oh, well, you just happen to be, well, yeah, you are special, but you're completely different than him.
Right.
But you can feel the similarities of like, oh, I'm not him, but this is my own story that's happening. But
I 100% agree.
but-
we're not playing Harry Potter, but you're still a special character,
Right.
And you have a bigger purpose. So I lost my train of thought again. Damn, I'm getting old. Gosh,
I
losing
bet.
my train of thought, man. But okay, so you're on your way to Hogwarts with Professor Fig, and your carriage gets attacked by a dragon. Sick scene. Dragon just attacks your carriage out of the middle of the sky, and you apparate out of there with Professor Fig, and you end up going on. This is kind of like your tutorial mission, but it's centered around the fact that you are in a random place. You have no idea where you are because you touched this portal key that apparated you port key, sorry, to a random place. You have no idea, so you're trying to figure it out, and you learn, your very basic wand stuff, and you start learning how to maneuver your way through the game.
Right. Just get used to the mechanics
Right.
as you're exploring.
And then it sets the basically the premise for the game right there. Like you find out that you yourself have the ability to see traces of ancient magic, which is unique and not a lot of people are able to, which is probably why you're accepted to Hogwarts in a 5th year. And then in addition to that, you find out that there's this goblin named Ranrock who is, I don't know what he's trying to do. I guess I don't know what his end goal is.
Yeah, I mean,
just kind of
we haven't
dude.
got that far in the game yet.
He's just a bad dude.
Yeah, he looks cool.
He looks sick.
Yeah, he looks really cool.
I personally didn't realize that goblins have magic. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just part of the
wizarding world, right? I just didn't know that. When he started doing magic, I was like, oh, I didn't know that goblins could do magic, but
without
cool.
wands.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, he looks sick, and he has red glow armor, and then he can use his magic to basically mind control other beings. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about the combat, we'll just talk about the combat and how that works and what your thoughts are on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So as far as the combat and stuff goes in this game, it's actually something very surprising to me because this is one aspect I was a little hesitant on before the game came out.
Yeah. How are they going to do it?
I mean, I knew I could visually see with teasers and stuff of how it is. I just didn't know how that would feel in game. Because I thought it would just be super just boring and spammy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess some people might find it that way, but I feel like all the spells and especially once you get your own wand, because you start off with a loner one.
A second-hand wand.
So the level of detail I was not expecting, because at the beginning in the tutorial phase, I fucking hated this how it felt when you were casting magic, because it felt very squishy and slow, and I don't know, just not good.
Right. Yeah.
But as soon as you get your own wand, it's way better.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, okay, this makes sense, a lot more sense. And all the spells and combos that you can do make the game way more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, there's a fluidity between the spells, right? They work with each other, and once you can kind of learn how to combo the spells together, it's actually really fun, and you can kind of like I said, it's fluid, and it reminds me personally of a game that you actually mentioned a little bit earlier, of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
With the ability wheel, basically. So like when you press and hold your right trigger, now you can cast one of 4 different spells. And then if you don't press the trigger, those same buttons cast other spells. And then like there's a lot of I don't know what the right word is. I don't know what the right word is, but it feels I don't know what the right word is. What I'm looking for.
Intuitive?
Yeah, I guess intuitive, but more like you have a lot of options of what to do, and like you can kind of like you're not stuck in a like, oh, I'm gonna stupefy you every 5 seconds to defeat you. You know, like you have different paths of
options.
Options. You have different like you can do different combinations and shit to achieve the same goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know why I can't think of the right words, but yeah, it's I really like the combat actually. I was a little worried because like magic is kind of I don't know, it's just not my thing, but it feels fun to me. So I enjoy it.
It looks really cool. Like the visuals in this game are insane. Like
so
and the sound too. I fucking love the music in this game.
Okay, so I was gonna say one of the things I wanted to bring up as far as a good thing goes, the visuals to me are average, like the scenery and stuff like this, like what you guys see on the screen right now, incredible, epic. It is a video game, so there's only so much they can do, and you know that's why to me it's average or it's somewhat average. But the sound, the score, the soundtrack is amazing. Everything sounds great. Your spells, the sound effects and everything is incredible, and I really really like it. It's probably what kind of immerses me a little bit deeper and makes it a little bit more fun because I feel like I'm casting a spell. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty great.
But yeah, all the effects and everything, it's great, especially with a PS5 controller. Like if you're playing, I don't know what it's like on Xbox, but yeah, the controller makes a huge difference with like how your spells feel when you're casting them, the vibrations, the sounds. It all comes together into this really amazing experience as you're walking around.
You know what's going to be incredible and like the final form of this game is when it becomes possible, or it may even be possible already, but to play it in either VR or with like a wand.
Yeah, that would absolutely be like
like
future
it'd be pretty
goals.
It's going to be pretty incredible.
If this was VR, that would be insane.
Yeah, it'd be pretty incredible, which I don't imagine it'd be that like it's got to be close. We got to be close to that, you know?
There's already like some really great VR games that Connor and I have played before.
Yeah, we got to be close to getting something like this in VR.
Yeah, this game would be crazy in VR.
Yeah,
I think that would absolutely like explode.
Yeah. Well, as far as initial impressions go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm enjoying the game. I am gonna play this game more because I do want to, even though I'm not that much of a Harry Potter fan. So if you guys are like me, where you're not huge into the books and stuff, you're still gonna enjoy. I think you will still enjoy this game. I think it's still a good game to play. So
yeah.
Any other initial impressions that you have, Taylor?
No, I think that's pretty good for initial impressions.
Look, keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen, for more of an in-depth breakdown of this game, and maybe we'll pull in a couple guests to help us break down this game once we get a little bit deeper into the story and find out more about what's going on. Because one thing it does do a good job of is not explaining to you what like the end all be all is going to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't know where this story is headed.
Yeah. Like we know. You just know like one basic thing, and then it just keeps unraveling and unraveling, and it's great.
So it's pretty incredible. We look forward to playing it more, and we look forward to hearing from you guys what you guys think about this game. Have you played it yet? If not, let us know whether or not you're gonna play it, whether or not you're gonna download it, and it's exciting. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Check out our social media links down in the description below, as well as the other shows here on Any Kind Media, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Deposal.